Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. Alrighty then, here we go. The timing was a little off. Hi there. My name is Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Now's the time where you check in. Let me know who you are, where you're a deplorable from. I like to say hi to folks as we get started. By the way, today's show is being powered by Right Wing News. I turned on my own sampler there. Powered by. Remember when samplers were cool? Yeah, for a long time. Powered by Right Wing News. Also, our good friends at Liberty One TV. Have you followed me and downloaded the app at the HearMeOut app? HearMeOut app. All you gotta do is download it on your smartphone, whether it is an iPhone or an Android. Follow me, Rusty Humphries, and you'll be entertained and enlightened on a daily basis. Also, Virtual Shield is awesome. If you don't have a virtual private network, you need one, and you need one right now. By golly jeepers. Do yourself a favor, go to virtualshield.com/Rusty to find out more. Your promo code's Rusty, that's me, and you'll save yourself some cash. And it's important, okay? Let's see who's we've got here today. And that was good English. Linda's there. Hello, Linda. Scott is there from Pipersville, Pennsylvania. Richard giving us the thumbs up. Robert is in northern Indiana. Tina is a Florida deplorable. Brian's there. Wayne is there from Texas. Another Brian from Buffalo, New York. Linda is from Tennessee. Kenny is from Mississippi. Tina is from... Oh, man, I'm coughing all of a sudden. Guess I shouldn't have had so much of that cough syrup earlier today. Got me a brand new Mr. Coffee iced tea maker. Let's see. Tina's in Aurora, Colorado. Don says, good evening from Winslow, Maine. Thank you. Chuck is in Alaska, and Jesse's in Lafayette, Indiana. Beth says, hey, Rusty, I pray you're doing great. Thank you. Need the prayers. They're always welcome. And, yeah, awesome. Thank you. Charles in Colorado. Anita is in Pittsburgh. Michael is in Phoenix. Beth is in East Texas. Diane giving a thumbs up. By the way, have you shared the video? Have you shared it? Have you shared it? Shared it? Shared it? Shared it? Shared it? Did? Very important. Raleigh made it from Orange County, New York, and Barbara's in Kentucky. Karen is there. Savannah in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Chris in Chandler, Arizona, where I was just there today, Chris. I was over by Rudy's Barbecue. I got my No Sleep Till Brisket t-shirt on. No Sleep Till Brisket. Do brisket. Sorry. Dennis is in Tennessee. Deplorable Becky in Alabama. Mickey's there. Linda's in California. Mike's in Washington State. Steven is in Cali. Mark's in North Texas. Diane asked, did I call my mom back? Yes, I did. Thank you. Betty's in Snellville. My mom's name's Betty, by the way. Gerald's there in Ohio. James Deplorable from College Heights, South Carolina. And so on and so on and so on. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. But if I just sit here and say hi to y'all, then everybody get bored and tune out. Sharing is going on. Let's see. Oh. Let's just start off with a little fun. Mariah Parker. Ever heard of that name? I never heard that name my whole life. And she just got on the Athens, Georgia City or County Commission. She filled, let's read the story together, shall we? She filled the county commission seat vacated by Harry Sims, who left his seat to run for mayor, a so-called progressive, this according to the Athens Banner-Herald. Parker walked into the commission chamber to take her seat behind the rail. Let's look at this fine public servant, shall we? She takes her oath of office for county commissioner, not only raising the fist of Black Power, but her book, is it on the Bible? Let's take a look. Is Miss Wonderful there? Is she swearing on the Bible that she's going to be awesome? This is out of Georgia. Nope, she's swearing on the autobiography of Malcolm X. Okay. She seems like just a wonderful, wonderful girl. Just a kind of peachy kind of gal you want to hang out with. This is somebody that loves America, huh? Everybody's so happy. Our revolution. By the way, they're even ripping off Barack Obama's look here. And that's sweet. Now she's walking up the steps of city council. She's on the county commission. What trouble, what problems could somebody like that bring to a community, huh? Yeah, now right there, there's a woman that's going, I love America. Leonardo, you can't kick her off that commission. She just got in today. I love America. Firing up her supporters. I guess that was yesterday, sorry. And here she is swearing in that beautiful autobiography of Malcolm X right there. I guess that's the family copy. It's been around for a long time. Yeah, Karen, that's in Georgia. Sean, yep, the home of the University of Georgia Bulldogs. And she doesn't put her right hand up, she puts the right fist up. Okay. Well, I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. You know, I got some other things I want to talk about, but I want to play you a video that popped up on my news feed from 1 year ago today. I was in San Diego, and I'm driving in kind of a bad part of town, but that's where my cheap hotel was, because I can only stay in a cheap hotel in San Diego. And I see this bar, and I'm not a bar guy. I don't drink. It's just not my thing. I don't care if you do. It's just not my thing. But I see a bar in the middle of a shady area of San Diego with statues of hot dogs and murals of Lady Liberty and 4 big letters, TRUMP, or 5, Trump, in big giant letters over this bar. And I got to find out who this is. And I walk in, and one of the most, I don't want to say unusual, I don't know what word you put. I'll let you see him. A guy named Mario. Mario owned the bar. And Mario was somebody that came over from, he was kind of, as I recall, he sounded like he had like a Russian accent or something, but I'm not quite sure where he is from. And this is a guy that has done so much. He walked across the country to raise awareness for cancer because his wife died of cancer. And I was in San Diego about a month ago, and the bar was closed, and I was just guessing that maybe Mario was on vacation or something, and came to find out that Mario had passed away. And his daughter has taken over the bar. And I've been wanting to take a couple of minutes to remember this guy. So it popped up on my news feed, and I want to just play you some of the video of a night a year ago where we got to hang out with Mario, a guy that is fun and funny. And this is a guy who loved America because he'd been through the crap. And instead of sitting around going, yeah, yay, I'm a victim, Mario embraced everybody and he loved America. Let me play you some of this here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Come on, Mario is one. They've got those commercials of the most interesting guy in the world. It is not the guy from those commercials. It's Mario. I was here last night. I'm not a guy that hangs out at bars. I'll be honest. That's just not my thing. But I'm walking by this place last night, and there's a big Trump sign outside. And I'm wondering, is this real? What is this? And I go in, and here's Mario. He's in the back making me a pizza right now. Mario's dressed like Ozzy Osbourne, and he's got a microphone here, as you can see, and he's singing. And then we started talking, and this guy is just amazing. He went. See if I can turn this around and show you some of the stuff of this guy's life, because I really want to. And you know what? I don't blame him. He's been burned by the mainstream media a lot over his life, and so he doesn't want to trust the media guys anymore. I don't blame him, but I'm not that guy. Even if you were a liberal, I would say, here's what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to ask you honest questions, and you can answer the way you want to. But hey, I've been burned enough. I understand. But look what this guy did. He walked across America. That's him years ago. And he walked across America searching for raising money to help find a cure for cancer. He lost his wife. And he's got a little girl. You can see pictures of his little girl here. That's with Herbie Hancock. And there's Mario there. Power of the People, Trump. It's just one of these plays. I remember this came out. I love this one. That's when Obama's brother came out for Donald Trump. You remember that one? And that's what it looks like from the outside. Anyway, so this place is just great, and it's. I want to give you a plug, Mario. Where do people go to find this place? Oh, look at this. The pizza's done already too. Sweet. What's the address of this place? Can you at least tell me that? There we go.
Ozzy.
Are you making America great again, my brother?
3354 Hancock Street Cafe.
That's what this is called.
Yeah.
Do you mind saying hi to everybody?
Hello, America. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Look. Hello, America. I'm spinning right now. Look. I'm spinning. America. I love you. America, look. Look. I'm gonna show you my treasure. Look. Look. Up here. He was here, this guy. Look. Mario, how you doing? Look.
He's already taken over my show.
Hey!
He didn't want to be on the show. Now he's taking it over.
You fire. That's it. You fire.
What part of Russia are you from?
I'm from Africa. I used to be black.
Is that right?
Yeah. Me and Michael Jackson, we drink bleach for 10 years. Look at what happened to him. Hello. How you doing?
Okay. So how long have you been in America? Can you tell me that?
24 hours.
You've been here 24 hours. You speak very good English for 24 hours.
Never learn, never study.
Yeah, you built a business very quickly in 24 hours.
Look. Oh, look at this guy. Hey! Hey, you want to be the radio? So look, this is a perfect guy for the radio. Look.
Hi there.
Hi, we're on Facebook Live. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Matt. How do you do?
Good. Hey, Matt. How you doing? Say hi to everybody.
Doing great.
Awesome.
Hey, folks.
Why do you come here very often?
Yeah, about once a week.
That's a crazy dude, huh? He's awesome.
He's pretty crazy, all right. Yeah, you can count on him to do something crazy most every time you come.
Awesome.
Sure.
All right, well, I'll wrap this thing up. Oh, look at this. Dan is in the Philippines. Sharon is a deplorable from Kentucky. Anyway, we got a lot of folks here. Hey, Matt. Ken says, hey, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, how's it going, Ken? Anyway, I just wanted to spend a couple of moments and say thank you for watching tomorrow in Las Vegas. I'm going to be there. I'm driving up to Las Vegas tomorrow, so we'll be doing a little bit of the show. Again, probably short shows this week just because I'm so
All right,
busy.
so that's me yapping in San Diego a year ago. There's more Mario. I just don't know where it's at. Again, it came up on Facebook. And he was such an unusual guy. And for him to, I just found out he passed away. See, is there more? Hold on.
Remember, when you're out, no food.
Hey, guys.
Drink only. You want to be like Ozzy? Hey.
That's awesome. All right. Okay. Anyway, I was very sad to find out that. Hold on. There's more. Oh, that's awesome. And that's the back of and that's when you did your. When did you do your walk?
This is signature from John Mayer, the Blues Breaker. I met him 3 times.
Really?
3 times. That's the last one. That's the last one right here.
Nice.
There it is.
And when did you do your walk across America?
10 years ago, 2007.
How long did that take?
5.5 months.
5 months?
5.5. The greatest.
How many miles did you walk a day about?
How many miles? When you drink, you work less. When you're not drinking, you're up to 30, 20, 15, whatever. Sometimes less, sometimes more.
Yeah. All right. There's more. Maybe I'll get to it later on. But anyway, Mario passed away recently, and he called me out of the blue, and hey, Rusty, it's Mario. Hey, Mario, what's going on? Nothing. I just called to say hello. And then I talked to him for a couple minutes. Obviously I should have talked to him longer. Who wouldn't? He didn't say, hey, by the way, I got cancer. Wouldn't that have been? Life is so precious. Pizza was good. Sometimes we forget how fleeting life is and how precious it is and how quickly somebody that we care about can go. And I don't know, I'm trying to not dwell on people passing, but I'm trying to do a better job of living in the moment and appreciating what I have at the moment and not always looking forward to what may be happening, what could happen, what I'm hoping to happen. Trying to appreciate what's going on now. And that's hard for me. I don't know about you, but that's a tough one for me. And I don't know why it's taking me so long to learn that lesson. I don't know about you. It's very hard for me to just sit and appreciate the moment. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what I'm doing. And yeah, Carol, like a babbling brook on a sunny day. Yeah. It's like I'm like Chevy Chase in Vacation when he goes to the Grand Canyon for the first time, gets the Grand Canyon. Okay, let's go. I have done that. And so I am learning and working on being better at appreciating the moment, appreciating you for taking time out of your day to hang out, to comment, listen. It means more to me than you have any idea. And I've had to learn the hard way on that one, too. You know, most talk show hosts, and I know them all, are, surprise, ego-oriented. And it's about them and how smart they are and how big their ratings are or whatever. And I have done that. Radio is a business where it's all about the bigger the city. The bigger the city, the bigger the job, the more the money. It never stops, right? And then I got to the top, as one of the top 10 syndicated talk show hosts in the country. And then you go, well, then what? But you keep doing it and you try to get to number 5 or whatever. And it's like, was it worth wasting so much time with my daughters or not spending the time with them? I don't think so. As a single dad, it was hard because I had to pay the bills. And single dad had 2 daughters, that's kind of hard. I got to tell you, that's tough.
we're surviving. My oldest has moved out. It's now me and my 17-year-old daughter. And believe me, there's tough times. I forgot to tell you. Here it is. I forgot to tell you this one. And then we'll get into the news again. So my lovely, sweet daughter, who was is trying to get a job. And she's 17. And she was working at Taco Bell, but had enough. And she got a job as a personal assistant to a guy. Met him online, and great job. He wanted her to run errands for him. He was out of town a lot and was going to send her money, and then she was going to work. She was all excited. And as she was telling me what the job was and how it was going to work, I was going, how do you go, I know you're excited, my daughter, but there's something scammy, a little scammy here. And I didn't want to say that too much because she was so excited. And I want to be a supportive dad. I don't want to be, no, you suck. Don't be so stupid. So she said, well, the guy's going to send a check and then it'll be okay. So he sends the check, of which I have a copy here. Should I hide anything of it? No. So she gets a check for $1,920. It's cashier's check, right? So it's supposed to be good. And he says, cash the check, and then I need you to go run an errand for me for $700. And I have to quote the great philosopher at that moment, Robert Van Winkle, as Vanilla Ice. I had to say, stop, collaborate, and listen, because something's not right here. Anyway, we took it to the bank, and the bank's going, well, we can't tell if it's a good check or a bad check until you put it in. So she puts it in. And they take it. And then he starts saying, okay, I need you to spend $700 on this and $900 on this, and then you're going to keep the rest. And it's like, you tell him nothing's going to happen until that check clears. Nothing. And so it was on Thursday. Friday it didn't clear. Monday it didn't clear. Yesterday it clears. However, they put a hold on it because of suspicious activity. Because here's the deal. I didn't know this. Did you know this? A check can clear, and then it can come back 5 to 10 days later as without funds. I thought once you run a check through, if it clears, and you're okay. No. And so they froze her bank account, and now the guy's going, you tried to rip off my money. I'm calling the FBI. And my daughter's 17, so she's all freaked out and thinking that the world's going to come to an end. But one of the reasons why you want to protect yourself online and do something like Virtual Shield, right? Virtual Shield. You have the right to remain private. Now, even if my daughter had a virtual private network, this still would have happened. But there are lots of scammers out there. And, you don't want to have to do what we had to do. We had to go to the bank 3 or 4 times. Her account is still frozen. We went to the sheriff's department. And, oh, what a big mess. And she feels stupid and she's scared. And it's sad. It's just one of those things where, a girl just wants to get a job. And I keep hearing President Trump talking about how it's the greatest economy in the world and everybody's working. I don't know. I'm still not seeing it everywhere I'm going. But that's me. Mary thinks it's a scammer. Oh, yeah. Carol, that's a new one of me. God help us now. Speaking of scammers, let's talk about James Comey, shall we? James Comey, the IG report, the Department of Justice Inspector General report is coming out, and it is leaking. Here's the latest.
A lot of breaking stories today on investigating the investigators. Fired Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe is trying to arrange a deal to say what he knows about the fired FBI Director Jim Comey. And it turns out that demoted FBI agent Peter Strzok, whose anti-Trump bias got him thrown off the Mueller team, was far more instrumental in starting up the Russia probe than we realized. For details, we turn to Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch president. And as if that wasn't enough, Tom, we had breaking news today, some information about the Inspector General's report suggesting that Comey was really more insubordinate than anybody realized.
What a shock.
Yeah, that's interesting. Everyone's expecting the FBI and the DOJ to be criticized by the IG in terms of helping protect Hillary Clinton. No. The IG initially was asked to look at whether Comey did something wrong in a way that violated Hillary Clinton's rights. And this insubordination relates to coming out and talking about what she did and the finding of the Wiener laptop emails just shortly before the election. In many ways, it buys into the big lie that Comey had it in for Hillary Clinton and swayed the election through his conduct. And
right.
I don't buy it, and it's disappointing to see the IG report focused on this as opposed to the cover-up.
I agree with you, yeah.
Now, there's a little bit there of the cover-up. I'm sure there'll be good and bad
well,
from
that's
the IG.
We don't know
let's,
what's in there. This was apparently
there's
was
going to be
leaked.
a lot there for both sides in the end, David.
Right. All right. Well, let's talk about something we do know a little more about, which is Andy McCabe, the former deputy director of the FBI. He is negotiating, it appears, with Senator Grassley, who's one of the best informed senators about investigating investigators, as to whether he deserves some kind of immunity for testifying about what he knows about Comey and disputes they may have had. My suspicion is you would not be in favor of giving him immunity.
Well, if you don't want a prosecution, you give him immunity. In my view, immunity is going to make it very difficult for any prosecution of him because his testimony, I would presume his defense attorneys would use in any court action afterwards. His defense attorneys would say, look, he testified under immunity and it's being used against him in the courts now, and it's infecting the jury and all sorts of other reasons to protect him from ever being prosecuted. So if you're Senator Grassley, I'm sure you're sorely tempted to bring him in under immunity. But in the interest of justice, and if
Probably
you don't want to
not.
interfere with the prosecution, I would wait a little bit to see what the Attorney General and the
wait for
U.S.
what
Attorney
Judicial
in
Watch
D.C.
turns
wants.
up as well. Quickly, I got to get to this Trump tweet last night because it's very intriguing. He talks about Peter Strzok, and we've been doing some investigation, how instrumental he actually was in starting the Russia investigation. The president says, wow, Strzok page, the incompetent and corrupt FBI lovers have texts referring to a counterintelligence operation in the Trump campaign dating way back to December 2015. What's that all about?
Well, there were text messages suggesting that they were using counterintelligence techniques, lures overseas. For what? It's not clear, but it sure looks like and has all the hallmarks of the effort against the Trump campaign. So, it's funny. We're told it was started in July of 2016. Then it looks like it went back to maybe March of 2016. Now, these latest text messages that had been redacted in large measure, only released, grudgingly by the Justice Department and the FBI, suggests that maybe it started as early as December of 2015. Look, this Spygate is getting worse and worse, and I don't understand the lackadaisical approach that Congress has to hauling in Rosenstein, hauling in Wray, hauling in Comey, hauling in Lynch, hauling in White House officials under Obama to figure out just what went on here, as opposed to kowtowing to Mr. Mueller, who has inherited Spygate and is benefiting from its illicit conduct.
Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch. Tom, great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, David.
Okay, so anyway, that's the latest story. Would you give McCabe? Would you give him immunity? I might. I know Tom Fenton's saying, well, don't do it because then you can't prosecute him. I don't want him. I want Comey. I want Comey. I want Comey. I want Comey. He's the guy. See, James Comey, if you read his book, and I read it for free, okay, somebody loaned it to me so I didn't pay a nickel. And what you see is a guy that was bullied when he was little. And he has no self-esteem at all. And so now, because he was bullied when he was little, now he's a tall guy like 6'6", 6'7", and he wants to bully everybody else. And if you don't fall into what he wants, he's going to ruin your life. Whether you're a Tea Party and he helped the IRS or turned a blind eye or Donald Trump or whatever it is, James Comey thinks of himself as important as Herbert Hoover was. Herbert Hoover? Hoover, FBI. Yeah. And so he thinks he's unfireable. He wants to have the Comey files, like the Hoover files, and be able to intimidate everybody. And the other thing that is amazing to me is, man, is Shepard Smith, does he suck on Fox News or what? As a news guy, he's great. But all of a sudden, he's going to be an opinion news guy. That's not his job. Your job is to give the news, Shepard Smith, not your liberal slanted baloney. Well, today, Donald Trump imagining that there's been a spy in his camp where there's never been a spy proven, of course. You know, it's just, Shepard Smith is just ridiculous to me. And he really, really bugs me. Mary says Comey was a leaker. Tony says you should want to prosecute everyone involved in this whole affair, no to immunity. Traitors used to be hung, says Chuck. Two wrongs never make a right, ever, says Carol. Rolly says you can't bully America for long. Jail them all, they're traitors. Tina says no immunity, I want them all held accountable. Fire Sessions not doing his job, no immunity. I want them all in jail. No, I want a public arrest, says one. Release the IG report now. McCabe for jail. Put the Purple Revolution all in jail. Can't stand Shepard Smith. J. Edgar Hoover. I knew that didn't sound right. Thank you, Michael. I'm got an idiot thing going on today. Linda says he should be doing the weather. Very interesting column today in the New York Post. Obama's spying scandal is starting to look a lot like Watergate. The FBI used informant to investigate Russia ties to campaign, not to spy, as Trump claims. Read the headline on the New York Times story May 18th. Justice Department used suspected informants to probe whether Trump campaign aides were making improper contacts with Russia in 2016. So much for those who dismissed the charges of Obama administration infiltration of Donald Trump's campaign as paranoid fantasies. Defenders of the Obama intelligence and law enforcement apparatus have had to fall back on the argument that this infiltration was for Trump's and the nation's own good. It's an argument that evidently didn't occur to Richard Nixon's defenders when it became clear that Nixon operatives had burglarized and wiretapped the Democratic National Committee headquarters in June 1972. Until 2016, just about everyone agreed that it was a bad thing for government intelligence or law enforcement agencies to spy or use informants on a political campaign, especially one of the opposition party. Liberals were especially suspicious of the FBI and the CIA. Now they say anyone questioning their good faith is unpatriotic. The crime at the root of Watergate was an attempt at surveillance of the DNC after George McGovern seemed about to win the Democratic Party's presidential nomination, just as the government misconduct in Russiagate was an attempt at surveillance of the Republican Party's national campaign after Trump clinched its nomination. In both cases, the incumbent administration regarded the opposition's unorthodox nominee as undermining the nation's long-standing foreign policy and therefore dangerous to the country. McGovern renounced Democrats' traditional Cold War policy, Trump expressed skepticism about George W. Bush and Obama administration policies on NATO, Mexico, Iran, and forgetting Barack Obama's ridicule of Mitt Romney on the subject of Russia. The incumbents' qualms had some rational basis, but their attempts at surveillance were misbegotten. Back in 1972, Michael Barone says, my brief experience in campaigns left me skeptical that you could learn anything useful by wiretapping the opposition. If you are reasonably smart, you should be able to figure out what a reasonably smart opposition would do and respond accordingly. Subsequent experience has confirmed that view. It's a different story if you face irrational opposition. It's hard to figure out what stupid people are going to do. Similarly, it's hard to figure out what the Obama law enforcement and intelligence folks had to gain by spying. Candidate Trump's bizarre refusals to criticize Putin and Russia were already a political liability, criticized aptly and often by Hillary Clinton and the mainstream media. But neither the Obama informant spy nor Robert Mueller's investigation has presented additional evidence of Trump collusion with Russia. None of Mueller's indictments point in that direction, and Trump's foreign policy over 16 months has been far less favorable to Russia than Obama's. Both the Watergate wiretap and the Obama appointees' investigator spy infiltration were initially inspired amid fears that the upstart opposition might win. The Watergate burglary was planned when Nixon's reelection was far from assured. A May 1972 Harris poll showed him at only 48% against McGovern. It was only after the Haiphong harbor bombing and Moscow summit in early June made clear that U.S. involvement in Vietnam was ending that Nixon's numbers surged just before the June 17th burglary. In March 2016, it was conventional wisdom that Trump couldn't be elected president, but his surprising and persistent strength in the Republican primaries left some doubtful, including the FBI lovebirds who instant messaged their desire for an insurance policy against that dreadful eventuality. Their unease may have owed something to their knowledge of how Obama Justice Department and FBI had fixed the Hillary Clinton case, the email case. Clinton wasn't indicted, but was left with a disastrously low 32% of voters confident in her honesty and trustworthiness. There are two obvious differences between Watergate and the Obama administration's infiltration. The Watergate burglars were arrested, and their wiretaps never functioned. And neither the FBI nor the CIA fully cooperated with the post-election cover-up. That's quite a contrast with Obama administration enforcement and intelligence appointees, promotions of Christopher Steele's Clinton campaign finance dodgy dossier, and feeding the mainstream media's insatiable hunger for Russia collusion stories. Has an outgoing administration ever worked to delegitimize and dislodge its successor like this? We hear many complaints, some justified, about Donald Trump's departure from standard political norms. But the greater and more dangerous departure from the norms may be that of the Obama administration officials seeking to overturn the results of the 2016 election. It's not seeming, it's apparent. And when you hear people like Shepard Smith going, oh, there's no proof. No, there's nothing but proof. The Democrats going, oh, it was no big deal. No, it was a big deal. If George W. Bush had done this to Barack Obama, I know everybody else said it, but the truth, I would be all over it. How dare him? And I don't like Barack Obama. But we have a responsibility to our republic to do the right things. Period. End of story. And especially during an election. Laura said, let's see here. Patty thing. What is a Patty thing? Can't believe anyone would believe this thing in the White House. Government corruption. What about Patty Hearst? Wasn't Hillary dismissed from investigating Watergate? Yes. Floodgate.
Fox needs to get rid of Shepard Smith. Yes, drain the swamp, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. Absolutely. I know Patty Hearst's sister. Matter of fact, we got to get her on the program sometime soon. Jersey yesterday elections. I don't know. California, hey, there's a big jungle primary. Well, hey, some Republicans, hey, there's a Republican that's going to be in the race for governor. I don't like those jungle elections. I don't like anything about them. I think Democrats should vote for Democrats, Republicans vote for Republicans, and when it's time to, you guys get to pick who you want to put in the general election. That's what I think. And anything other than that, no. Brian says our entire government is completely corrupt, and Barry took it further. Yeah, I can't argue with that. And the problem is that for some reason I would really what disappoints me the most, not the mainstream media because they're always in the tank. I'm just talking about American people in general that are Democrats that aren't trying to stand up for what's right in our country. Come on, guys. You know what's going on there is wrong. You know what Obama tried to do was wrong. You might not think he did it yet. But at what point do you apologize? I keep hearing, Trump is going to do this and Trump is going to do that, and gays are going to be in concentration camps, and liberals are going to be killed by brown-shirted Trumpites and whatever. None of it's happened. Matter of fact, Trump has been more LGBTQ friendly than any other president in history. And you go, at what point does the left say, golly, we were wrong, we're sorry? Let's see, is this the Patty Hearst that faked her own kidnapping, was involved with the kidnapper? She didn't fake her own kidnapping. She was kidnapped. Let's see. Anything else that's got the attention today? To be honest, I love California as a state, and I love, had a post on my page that a pedophile's now running in Virginia trying to make molestation legal. That doesn't surprise me. Democrat ideology is all wrong. They have a veil over their eyes. We are not united anymore. We are the ununited, says Brandon. Our job as American citizens, as American patriots, is to stand up for what is right, is to fight against what is wrong, and to do what is right for our posterity. That's our job. And to hold those people in power accountable. And people can tell me all day, Trump's a liar. I don't think Trump's a big liar. What I really believe Trump is, I think Trump has read Think and Grow Rich a bunch by Napoleon Hill. If you've never read the book, it's also called The Secret now. And it's about manifesting, about when you think positive thoughts and you believe really hard that things that you believe or that you want to happen will happen. And I think that's what he's doing. He's constantly trying to manifest positive change in his life and in the country. And you may not agree with it, but certainly Democrats were all over the Secret and that movie, The Liberals. That was a big, big movie for the left. Gino from Northern Cal says Soros needs to be silenced. Sounded so messed up. What do you think about the Illuminati guys? I think there's a lot of people that have always said they're going to run the world. I don't think they've ever done it. I don't. I don't buy the conspiracies. But that's me. That is me. Have you followed me on the Hear Me Out app? If you haven't, what are you doing? You go get that done right now. All right? Follow me on the Hear Me Out app. Works for iPhone, works for Android, and I update it every day or so, sometimes twice a day, sometimes I forget, but it's a good way to hear what's going on.
I do a lot of movie reviews, and I'll probably be doing more because it's getting HOT hot in Phoenix right now. How hot is it right now? Let's see. I mean, it's scorching. Not so bad right now. 94 at 7 p.m. Carroll's in Bucks County in Pennsylvania. Ronald's in Cumberland, Maryland. Do me a favor, check in one more time. Give me some thumbs ups, give me some hearts, give me some love before we go. Check in if you haven't done that yet. Also, don't forget to go to Virtual Shield. The program is sponsored by Virtual Shield, and enter the promo code Rusty for a 20% discount. So it's virtualshield.com/Rusty. That's me. Rolly says it's 58 degrees there. Hey. All right, so do me a favor, if you would, please download the Hear Me Out app. Also, subscribe to Virtual Shield. Find out how they can help you. And you don't want to have your privacy deprivatized. Can't get on a tablet. Sorry about that. All right, that's it. May God bless you, my friend. May God bless America. See you tomorrow. 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. This is the Rusty Humphries Show. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I do. Jack's from Kennewick, Washington. Karen's from Arlington, Texas. Howdy. See y'all later. Bye.